Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. This video is to just show you what our rebuilt service looks like on the Lockwood Potbelly or traditional door closer service would look like. This is one fresh out of the factory, and there's also actually an image down below that shows this exact door closer before the repair, rebuild, and repainting process. The shop did a really great job on repairing this closer, which, you know, is very likely from the 1950s, sometime in that era. The size letter, and it doesn't really matter, but it's stamped on the end case. It doesn't matter in the sense of being able to rebuild it, but this is the indication in terms of what the size, the spring size would be, or the door size that this would be compatible with. There are two videos down below this video that speak in detail about the repair option or the exchange option for the door closers. In summary, what it means is you can send us, as in the case of this client, your old door closer. You're going to remove it from the door. You're going to live without a door closer on that door for the amount of time that it takes to get the unit rebuilt, repaired, repainted, and sent back to you. That's the repair. There's also the option to do an exchange, provided that we have a rebuilt, repaired, repainted unit on hand that meets your criteria. We would send that to you. You would do the swap and then send back the old one. That is called an exchange, where when you send back the old one, which we call the core, there is a significant credit back. The purpose of the exchange is that you say to yourself, I can take the door closer off, but I can't live without one. So in that scenario, let's say you've got the front door of a university. That door's got to close back again, so you would do the exchange process. Pay the money up front. There's a significant add to the sell price when it's an exchange, and that's because we need to make sure you send the old one back, because there are only a finite number of these that exist, is the point. And then you are then credited back the core refund, it's called. So those are detailed there down below, along with a summary of the rebuilt process, what happens, what occurs, a complete teardown, a using of all OEM compliant materials, oil, rubber rings, things of that nature, a 1-year warranty, etc. There are also a couple of attributes where you can elect to send us the arm. You're going to get this repaired and repainted. You're going to tell us what color you want it. And you might say, you know what, you got to send the arm too, because you want it to match. And indeed, this client on this order asked us to repaint his arm as well. So that worked out really well for the client. There was no drop plate installed in this installation, so he has, in effect, a door closer that has been brought back to factory original standards, something that is several decades old, and will continue to be able to get useful service out of the opening, the original investment in the closer. Now, why would you go with something such old technology like this? Well, you might be historically obligated to put in or to remedy the broken hardware with period-specific material. Universities in the SEC, dorm buildings built 100 years ago, when they build something new, it's got to look like the original stuff. And that's very commonly why you will see it. You also maybe go to a restaurant, a steakhouse, and they've made it look like Prohibition era. So they've got closers that are all from that time period. You know, lots of scenarios why. Or you might just say to yourself, a new one of these Potbellies is a lot more costly than having one repaired, and there's a lot of logic in that as well. And then, of course, the logic is it lasted for decades. By extension of the same logic, you can expect a good life expectancy out of a rebuilt model as well. If you have any questions on the repair, rebuilt, exchange service that we provide, or any other door closer question, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you.